Welcome to checking out the vampire gameplay video. Snopes, I am recording. So, everything looks normal, except it's very much not normal in this household, because right now, downstairs, somebody's turning into a vampire, and I thought you guys might like to see what that looks like. So, she was bit several days ago by one of the other household members, and it's pretty neat seeing them transform. Though they randomize what they are wearing in their dark form after that, so you definitely need to then change it, but then I will show you how to do so. So without further ado, here is a vampire changing. We actually ended up kind of missing the beginning because I had it on fast forward. I was trying to get it close to when she was changing. What's interesting is when you first bite a vampire, they have a bite marker on their neck, but once they become vampires, they no longer have that. And there's several stages a freshly bitten vampire will go through before they convert. It takes several days. I think I probably said that. First, they're just uncomfortable, and then they become disgusted by food, in which case, like, nothing they eat makes them happy. Sometimes they even vomit. And then they lose their appetite because it says, slipping from humanity. And again, they get this is where they definitely get sick from food. And then now, for the next 12 hours, I think, she's gonna have strange thirst from becoming a vampire. So, as you can see here, this is their experience points. These little spots are like small levels, and then you get the bigger level when you fill out this bar. And each one of these you get little points that you can spend in this menu. So here are some of the basic stuff. You can detect personalities, turn into a bat, make someone talk to themselves, enter into any house, and unlock and lock doors as you see fit. And this one you can level up 3 tiers, and it makes it so you learn faster, you're more energy effective, I guess. You also, as you go, have to choose weaknesses on occasion, so things like eating human food make you sick, which at this point, actually, you get sick from eating any kind of food, even the vampire food, because there's a couple recipes that use like the plasma fruit. But the one sim that I have who has this always ends up sick and or vomiting after eating the plasma fruit salad. Excuse me. So I don't know if that's going to change so that they can eat vampire food, or if it's just anything but drinking another sim's blood will make them sick. Guilty drinker. They'll become stressed when drinking from unwilling prey. They can have uncontrollable hissing, which will cause disgust in others in social situations. The bat form is so useful. You also get, we have 4 new plants in this pack. You have the plasma tree, which looks really cool at night. You have garlic, which only looks like this if you're a vampire. See, she's not a vampire, and it looks just like a plant. This being near garlic makes it so vampires cannot feed on other sims. So that's how having it all around the house makes it so that sims can't, or like vampires can't drink your blood. The wolfsbane flower, and then there's this little guy right here who eats little flies. It's super cute. It's a little dry right now. I need some water, but so I figured we'd also see what it's like to convert a sim. And you can, at a computer, click here, go to Vampire Secrets, and then search for information on vampires, which will then unlock the ability to buy these books. And then reading these books gives you recipes like, they're like potions in essence, but for vampires they're made at the bar. So make, drink, not you, Samantha. So make, drink, like so. Plasma Jane. There's also things like the sunlight doesn't bother you as much. This one allows you to take your points out of what you've put into your sim and then reassign them. And then this one makes it so that you can't be bitten by vampires, I believe, or you're less likely to suffer from them. And then the ultimate vampire cure is also made here. And very expensive. Being a vampire is not cheap, because one of the alternatives to drinking out of blood is purchasing like blood packs, which you get again under the secret vampire secrets, and this is, you learn this by reading those books. You can order these and they're $50 each, but that's okay because if you're like her, you can use fish or frogs and create blood packs to drink from, or plasma packs. I suppose I should be calling them that. So that's useful, but it doesn't fill them very much, just like the plasma salad that you can make. Oh, I don't have any, but you make it out of this plasma fruit, which you get from that tree over there. It doesn't fill you up nearly as much as drinking does. Like, she had this not too long ago, and this is about how much it filled her. So again, you can do something besides having the plasma of other sims, but it's way more effective to just drink from another sim. Some of the other things that you can learn from those books, you have the sim has a, let's see, where is it? A vampire lore skill bar, and there's 15 levels to it, not sure why. And you can learn things, it will pop up with like little tips, and you have to read each book several times before you can then go on to purchase the next tome. But you can learn things like more powerful sims might pass down some of their experience when they turn you into a vampire, but at the same time, I think right now you actually get less points overall for doing it that way, because I think by default you start out with 2 points to spend regardless of where or how much experience you start out with. As you can see, she just now reached this 3rd tier, and so here's a lot of different things like thin-skinned or sloppy drinker, so it takes more. They can't sleep very well, or only able to sleep in a coffin. Can't sleep well. They also have some that are conflicts, like this one you can sleep really well, but over here you can't sleep well at all. You can also manipulate life spirit, which you can give or take from other sims. You can make them other sims pass out, you can do better in the night, you can be more attractive or stronger, or tell other sims what to do, or you can take away the negative effects of garlic. And that's just some of them. There's still 2 more tiers of things you can have. What's fun is, one reason you might want garlic around your house is back in Sims 3, they used to have thieves who'd come by and like steal from your house. Well, which I strangely miss, but now vampires can do that. They'll come into your house and try to drink the blood of your sims, but they are stopped by locked doors. I had the count from like the big house come in here. He like walked between all 3 floors a bunch of times and just never did anything because he couldn't get to any of them, which was pretty funny. But in the bat form, like, she doesn't need to be sleeping. This is hibernating, means nothing will wake her unless I do, or if like emergencies. Samantha, do you want to get up? Anytime now. There we go. So the bat form will allow her, like, all of these rooms are locked, but she can go here. So if you want to continue to have your sims stay within their own rooms, you might want to have your... Oh, just pop up. Under vampire, And when clicking yourself, you have different options like Dark Meditation, which brings up your vampire energy, which is right here. And it also helps you get experience. But you can also have this always move as a bat, and you can disable that if you don't want them just ignoring locked doors like you just saw there. But it's nice because she can go from there to like here in no time. It's also very nice for catching Sims when you need to drink blood. If you can just fly after them, you don't have to like chase after them or wait for them at the exit or entrance of the... There's something wrong with my TV. Let's just get the place. Oh, did I disable it? Yeah. But yeah, normally you should just be able to do that disappear reappear thing. Another option that you have is under here is show dark form. And I'll show you how to edit that here in a second. But it can be very different from your normal Sims appearance. Like, this is her normal outfit. Where'd she go? There we go. She's up here now. And that was rude. So since Lily just became a vampire, we're going to need to change her dark form. So you want to go to change sim. Change appearance will be changing in the next patch, I believe, but that's just for changing your outfits. Let's go to change sim. And while we wait for that, yeah, it's keeping their thirst up is quite a pain, I believe. At some point along the line, you can become less... You need to drink less, which would be nice because it's like a constant need for them. To be fair, it's one of the only needs that really depletes at any given point. They don't need to go to the bathroom, or really they don't need to sleep unless you're using their powers. Here we are in here. So it randomizes you one. I personally like to delete the randomized one and just start fresh with my own, like so. They'll look exactly the same to begin with, but then you can do things like change their eyes to something like this. Actually, like this one for her. You can even change like their skin color and stuff. Go like this if you wanted. Make her real intense. Something like this. And this will carry over to, you know, all of the outfits and stuff for the vampire only. I don't know, I haven't tested if, like, adjusting their weights and stuff will affect their normal body. I guess we can check that right now as well. Ugh. Now does she... No. So you can even adjust their weights, proportions, all of that in their vampire form alone. And that's all it'll affect. So you can change their hair and all of that good stuffs. There it is. We'll just leave her like this for now. Oh, sorry. What else? What else? Look, I wrote stuff down as I was playing, so I made sure not to forget stuff. Alright. See you. You also have some neat interactions like these. Most of them I want to wait because it's dark, but like... Where are you going, Anne? I was just going to interact with you. That's the one person I don't want you interacting with. Alright. So let's try changing over Allie's, because she hasn't been a vampire, turned into a vampire yet. Only one in the household who hasn't been. Why you just put that on the floor? So that's how the bat form works. I don't think you were invited to this party, Anne. You can also do this to unwilling vampire or Sims. You just like hypnotize them, bite them, and force them to bite you. And then they will become a vampire. Are you cheering this on there, Lily? So now she's had some of the vampire essence, and in a couple of days she will be changed. And for now, she's gonna have things like strangely hungry. Like that. How about you come down here and you have a lot of like conversational stuff you can do with new vampires. You cannot drink the plasma of another vampire. Higher level ones can train younger ones and vice versa. We can do something like... Where is it? Share ancient lore. Lecture about the sun. She likes doing that to the very first time she, show off skills. There we go. That's what I was looking for this whole time. And you get to see their different, dark forms in that way. Where did I say I was gonna do that? Here. Oh, I forgot. You can get up. I went all through all of that just to have you cancel it. Lecture about the sun, offer advice, show off powers. There we go. And do you want to get dressed? Oh, they won't die from starvation or like lack of thirst. So there's that, which is nice. Let's see, vampire, show dark form. So here where this is them showing off their different abilities. Oops, sorry. Once it gets dark out, I will show you some of the stuff you can do with random sims. And I'll also have them fight. They don't really like doing it indoors. It takes up a lot of space, you know? So yeah, that's something that they can do. Let's see, let's get you in your dark form. And change you into your daily clothes. Why do none of you get dressed when you get out of bed? I have zero room to talk, but that's fine. I love having the different forms for them. Change you into your dark form. You can make like really bad vampire puns and they'll pop up in the corner. Like, what kind of book does a vampire read? One they can sink their teeth into. Get you into your daily clothes. There we go. I love this outfit. Everybody in their vampire forms yet? Not Lily. That's because she doesn't really have one yet. Well, that's fine. Vampire, show dark form. Somebody need energy. I believe you do. So we can show off the dark meditation. So as you can see, you're getting more energy, and it also gives you this, but there's like a time limit between how often you can do it. And it'll give her like an energized boost and everything. Is it still dark out? Or sunny out? Oh, excuse you, no. I was gonna see if we could show you what it looks like for them to be in the sun. So they'll start sparking like this, as you can see. And I think the longer they get out, pretty soon they're like actually on fire. I had a sim, she tried converting a sim and he changed in the middle of the day out here and then just like didn't move or anything. So I sent out one of my sims to bring him in the house, and by the time he was in the house he was just on fire. He was flaming. But I think I happened to save him. But as you can see, porches with a roof or a ceiling over it like this, it's safe for a vampire to go out on. So that's good. So like if you wanted to have a garden like this, my vampire could deal with. Pretty soon it'll be dark enough and we'll send out maybe Skylar to go feed. Have a battle upstairs. Just get a little fast forward going. I'm not 100% sure what exact time it's safe for them to come out here. So fly here as a bat. Fly here as a bat. Problem with them being able to fly and move around so fast is when they get bored of like moving here or something, they are very quick to just go elsewhere. So let's show you a friendly vampire spar, which is not something you do with yourself. With another vampire. The way I got my first sim to be a vampire, by the way, was I became friends with the Count and had him she asked him to become a vampire, and he did it for her. You have to have a little bit, but you don't have to be like friendly, just good acquaintances, really. You don't usually see him so well in the dark like that. I don't know why it looks like that. Would appear Samantha wins. If it's a friendly one, they'll help each other up at the end. If it's not, they won't. So, Skylar, let's head up and get ourselves some eating. Hello, humans. I am hungry. A human! I recommend— oh, no, you're a vampire. This is the guy I accidentally turned into a vampire in the middle of the day. Yes? Hello? No. That is, like, so not a reason to try to go to a festival. Let's have Anne do it, just because she can, fly over to them. Compliment neck. I have not seen that. Remark on loud heartbeat. Inquire about their heart health. So, how healthy is that heart of yours? Just, you know, asking for a friend. I'm not a vampire or anything. I'm just a normal person with glowing eyes and gray dead skin. Don't mind me. Can you go away? I don't think they like it if you, force them, you know, force drinking of their blood with another sim around. Like, they don't care. You memorize, you, like, enchant them so they don't see or pay any attention, but... vampire, drink. Compelled to drink deep. Guess she's so thirsty. Normal drink gives you about half. Oh wow, just doing this gives you some food. This is what it's like. So you're gonna— oh, as you can see, she got, I think, a negative friend boost here. Yeah, just because she walked in and sees it. He doesn't care. If you do try to force it on a sim, like in your household or something, you lose a friendship relationship there. Deep thirst, deep drink makes them pass out. And they just lay there for a bit. What's funny is they'll pop up over here like, thanks for hanging out, but I should go home now, once he wakes up. So I think that's some of the major stuff that I've found out. Like I said, there's other ways of feeding yourselves, but they're not very effective. There are several dishes. I've only tried the one because it's all my sim can make it this time. So maybe one of the later dishes will feed them well, but at this point it's just not worth it. For a little bit I had everybody drinking off of the humans in the household, but there's a cooldown there. Like they take a negative moodlet for having their blood drinking. For having someone drink their blood. And then you can't do that. Same with things like training. If she trained her or vice versa, there would be a cooldown for doing either again. So like I had her trained by the count, but then she can't come home and train somebody else. That's on cooldown. They don't want you getting too much of the experience at once. Currently, there is a pretty cheaty way of getting experience if you're interested. It's by having them go here, go to Vampire Secrets, and search for information on vampires. It'll pop up here saying that, you know, there's nothing she can gain from this, and that you should, you know, read books or whatever. And she'll get like a bored moodlet, but she, as you can see here, is still getting experience for it, despite, you know, she's already gone through all of this, read all of the tomes. I personally am not interested in using it, but for those who want to just kind of get through and see what powers are and stuff like that, that's one of the options currently. They may change that in a future patch. But I think that's what we have for vampires right now. Another tidbit that's kind of interesting and random is a coffin outside. They can sleep outside in the sun just fine. But I don't know why you'd want to do that opposed to just having the coffin indoors. But that will be it for this checking out vampire gameplay. There's quite a bit to it. There's a lot of abilities that you can learn, and they're a lot of fun. Like I said, the bat's super useful. Later, I think you can do it as a mist. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun exploring this further. I don't know if I'll be doing a series right away with vampires, if I'm gonna try to mix them into maybe the teen series or like the toddlers after they grow up kind of a thing. So if you guys have an opinion, let me know in the comments down below. But until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, I know I just said the, you know, the whole ending bit, but I don't know why this is happening, but she's being abducted by aliens. I don't know why. She hasn't done anything to need to be abducted, but there it is. I don't know if that's more likely as a vampire or just some weird random situation, but there you go. That should confuse the aliens. So you drink the blood of your kind? So confused. Never seen one like this before. Anyway, until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.